Yo, 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 yo. Well, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is the Wrestling Boys back with another episode of the Wrestling Boys podcast, aka This Week in Wrestling. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, man? I'm in mourning right now. Chargers got smacked. I'm a Chargers fan, by the way, and we got smacked. But that's the topic we gonna save for the sports channel. So we're gonna save for the sports channel. But welcome to another episode 9 and 10 of This Week in Wrestling, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. Starting off, special shout out to everybody, man. All the wrestling fans around. Special shout out. Who else we want to shout out? Shout out to everybody that's a part of this raid, whether you like AEW or whether you like WWE, whether you like TNA. Shout out to everybody, man. But we about to get this started. Man, it was a busy week in wrestling. Busy week in wrestling. When I say busy week, we're from the Raw and Netflix, from SmackDown, from everything that went on. It was a busy weekend in wrestling. So we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to get it started. And we're going to talk about this week in wrestling. So Raw on Netflix, man. Tell me when y'all see this on playback. Tell me what y'all thought about the Raw on Netflix. The Raw on Netflix. I wasn't impressed with the Raw on Netflix. I wasn't impressed with it at all because matter of fact, let me rephrase that. For the hype that was surrounding the Raw on Netflix, I can't say that. It was an okay show, but it wasn't like how they hyped it up to be. They hyped it up to be kind of like this WrestleMania type of spectacle of a show, and it kind of gave you a Monday Night Raw with a little bit of more of a twist type of show. Prime example, first match of the night, we had the Tribal Chief, the Battle of the Tribal Chiefs, the OTC versus Solo Sikoa. I like the match a lot. Like, don't get that. Like, they had some good spots. It was a traditional type of a spot match, and then you had your interferences. from the new bloodline, and then you had your interference from Kevin Owens. I wasn't too much really like that. Was okay, but I was more expecting when The Rock came out. Paul Heyman was about to handle Ula Fada to The Rock. I was expecting The Rock to kind of like set off WrestleMania and Rock bottom wrestle Roman Reigns to get the WrestleMania program started, but I didn't really see none of that. And Roman Reigns beat him clean. Minus the two interferences, he kind of beat him clean. So that wasn't really all that to me. Like, and then going into the next match, we had Liv Morgan. We have Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Thank God that's over. Thank God it's over. Now we can start to work on the breakup of the Judgment Day because that program has been dragged out so much that it became stale. And I'm sometimes critical of these programs. I'm critical of these programs because I'm not just a WWE lifer to the point that I'm not critical of what they do, but their program has become so stale to the point that people were glad that it's over. Now Rhea can get ready for Becky Lynch. She can get ready for in case Charlotte goes to Raw, Charlotte Flair, she get the Bianca Belairs in the world. Like, she could actually move on to bigger and better because I didn't like how they were booking Liv Morgan during the feud. I didn't like how Liv Morgan was looking like the punk heel. They like to get like they really made her live up to the cowardly heel aspect of things, and I didn't like how she was booked. And Lord knows I love Rhea Ripley, but Rhea Ripley was just booked as this dominant, feel no pain type of baby face. So I'm just glad that it's over. I'm just glad that it's over, and now Rhea Ripley can move on to bigger and better things, and Liv Morgan can now take part of that split with the Judgment Day. And then top it off, and then another segment I enjoyed a lot. My GOAT, man. Shout out to my GOAT, John Cena. My GOAT, John Cena, came out to let us know, man. Man, let me share a little background with y'all, man. I've been watching wrestling since late Attitude Era going into the Ruthless Aggression era. And many wrestlers have came and went. Many wrestlers ain't came in with it, but John Cena is my all-time favorite wrestler, and it kind of like, and it kind of gets you emotional that John Cena is on this farewell tour, and on this farewell tour. But to hear that my GOAT is entering the Royal Rumble for the last time, I just hope that they do my GOAT some justice, man, and I hope that they set them all properly. I hope you get a chance to get number 17, man. My GOAT and John Cena. If you ever hear this, bro, you the reason why I took wrestling. I started watching wrestling and started having fun with wrestling. John Cena is my all-time favorite. I think John Cena is on the Mount Rushmore of all-time wrestlers. My Mount Rushmore, real quick, y'all, is Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, and Roman Reigns. And y'all might say, damn, he don't got Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan. And we're going to touch on Hulk Hogan in a minute as a part of this show. He don't got Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair on there. Yeah. Nah, Hulk Hogan. I don't have Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair on there. No disrespect to them brothers. And y'all going to be like, when y'all see this on playback, y'all going to be like, man, really? But Stone Cold Steve Austin, the reason why I have Stone Cold Steve Austin on my Mount Rushmore is because he symbolized a time where WWE was going back and forth with WCW, and WCW was spoiling all the shows to WWE. And WCW was actually beating WWE in the ratings. It was actually beating WWE in the ratings, and then they introduced the Stone Cold Steve Austin angle, him going up against Mr. McMahon, and he kind of saved the WWE. He saved kind of the WWE. That's why Stone Cold is on my Mount Rushmore. Roman Reigns is on my Mount Rushmore because Roman Reigns kind of took us through an era in WWE. The pandemic era is where no fans was in the stadium. Roman Reigns for 4 years carried the company on his back with just the work that he did. And John Cena is on my Mount Rushmore is because John Cena, throughout the whole Ruthless Aggression era, he was the merchandise seller. He carried the company throughout the Ruthless Aggression era. And Undertaker is just the godfather of wrestling. Like godfather, he bridges the gap between the 90s, the early 2000s, the mid 2000s. He's just like the godfather. He's the time traveler of wrestling. He bridges that gap, you know? So that's my Mount Rushmore. But getting back to things too, man. Getting back to things. The segment with John Cena was amazing. I loved it. I hope they do John Cena justice. And I'm sorry, y'all, forgot about one segment. The Rock actually opened. He actually was the one that opened up Monday Night Raw. The final boss opened up Monday Night Raw. It was always good seeing The Rock. Sometimes people could get it twisted about The Rock, but The Rock is always about the business of WWE. The Rock wants to make the product better along with Hunter, along with Triple H, along with the people at TKO. Rock is in the business of making the program better. So it's always good when you can open up with The Rock and see The Rock and do with the Rock bit, and he just able to beat The Rock and still with a little bit of the final boss swag. So the next segment, next thing I want to talk about too, I want to talk about one of my favorite things of the night. Two of my favorite things of the night. Shout out to the people. Shout out to the people of Los Angeles. And we're gonna touch some things too. When that clown Hulk Hogan came out and started plugging that trash beer, when the music hit, I am a real American. I fight for the rights of every man. And then Jimmy Hart came out waving the flag. God bless Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South. He has nothing to do with this. But the fact that they booed that clown, they booed him. That because and see, people ask yourself, and people ask yourself, they're gonna be like, "Damn, y'all really that mad that he's a Donald Trump supporter?" No, we're not mad at Buddy for being a Donald Trump supporter. We're not mad at Buddy at all because Undertaker, shout out to Mark Calloway, aka Undertaker, is a Trump supporter, had him on his podcast and all that. And when Undertaker came out there with Rhea Ripley, he got a big pop. So don't hit me with the politics argument. The politics argument is dead. They just booed a despicable human being that does not have a care in the world for black people. Hulk Hogan is the same man that had fired a young black woman from his ambassador campaign with the bear and replaced her with a bunch of other white women, with other white women. And this is not a race thing, but when you blatantly racist and have no respect and love for our people, you're going to get booed. And this is the same with Hulk Hogan that told his daughter, if you're going to marry a black N word, make sure you marry a rich black N word. It's about humanity at the end of the day, and ain't about your political affiliation and about none of that. It's about humanity at the end of the day. And even Mark Henry went on record with TMZ that said he even offered to do a college tour with Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan declined the college tour. A black going on to HBCUs, he even declined it. Hulk Hogan was just like, man, here's the olive branch. I'm not Hulk Hogan, excuse me. Mark Henry was like, here's the olive branch. Come on, Hulk Hogan, let's go and do this tour and let's try to go to these HBCUs. Hulk Hogan even declined it. Hulk Hogan was so stuck in his ways, his racist ways. He was not trying to fix the situation that happened at hand. He was not trying to make it right with the people. He was not trying to do none of that. And to see him get booed like that for pushing that trash bear, it warmed my heart up something perfect. It warmed my heart something perfect. It really did, y'all. And then another favorite segment of the night. Shout out. We ain't gonna give Hulk Hogan no more attention. We ain't gonna give that man no more attention because Hulk Hogan is personally, he's a clown to me. And this could go on record. Me saying Sabrina Tang, aka the Wrestling Boys podcast, Hulk Hogan is a clown to me. And another segment of my night, a favorite segment of my night was shout out to Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin, you know, the star of the Home Alone series. Is that the Macaulay? He got one of the hugest pops of the night. He got one of the, and man, at the everything Macaulay Culkin been through in life, Hope Macaulay Culkin is a prime example of a good human being to had to overcome a whole lot of adversity. So he getting that pop like he did was everything. It was everything in itself, and it just made for good television. And then we get more into more celebrity camos. You know who I find, you know who I'm starting to have a crush on, y'all, as a wrestling fan. You know who I probably love now. I love that woman Vanessa Hutchinson, y'all. Vanessa Hutchinson. First of all, she she's beautiful, right? Like that's just a plus. First of all, she's beautiful, but Vanessa Hudson is just like the prototypical wrestling fan. Looks like she's beautiful. She got a spark with her, and like man, but Vanessa Hutchinson's starting to be like my that crush for me, for as opposed to like all wrestling fans, like female wrestling fans. She is dope. She is phenomenal as a person. And then hold up, y'all. Let me touch your bases now. Oh yes. And then we have, and then moving on from all the celebrity camos, we have Jay Uso versus Drew McIntyre. Jay Uso and Drew McIntyre was pretty straightforward. It wasn't the greatest match alive. It was an okay match. It wasn't the best match. Jay Uso played possum and was able to get the win in the long run. So it wasn't really a good match. It wasn't really. I'm not gonna say it's not a good match, but it was an okay match. I'm not gonna say that. Who else we got too, y'all? Who else we got? Oh yeah, and Jay Uso. He came out there with the brother Travis Scott, and Travis Scott was indulging in a little bit of marijuana, a little bit of the tweez. We don't condone drugs on the podcast, y'all. We don't condone drugs, so yeah, so we don't condone that aspect of things. But Travis Scott was up there smoking a little bit of the marijuana, the tree plants, the devil's lettuce, the devil's lettuce. So we just want to start. We just want to say that we don't condone none of that. But Travis Scott had it lit. Shout out to Travis Scott. All right, no shit, yo. Yeah. Let's see, man. I'm trying to make sure I hit everything. Y'all make sure I hit everything. Y'all gonna have to tell me on playback. Hold up, y'all. Sorry, I'm multitasking with the wrong. Looking up. All right, y'all. Hold on, 1 second, y'all. 1 second. How y'all doing? While I make sure I haven't missed anything, y'all talk to me in the chat, y'all. How y'all doing in this evening, y'all? I'm a little disappointed. My Chargers got eliminated out the playoffs, but I'm doing all right other than that, y'all. I'm doing all right. Talk to me. We making sure I haven't missed nothing. We talked about the Undertaker coming out after the Rhea Ripley match. We talked about that. We talked about Cody and Kevin Owens getting it on. All right, y'all. So we gonna talk about possibly the last moment of the night, which was shout out to shout out to the match between Seth. Shout out between Seth and CM Punk. Seth and CM Punk. Shout out to them too, man. For them brothers that genuinely not like each other. And I'm gonna get into that a little bit too. For them brothers genuinely not to like each other, man, they put on and for them to be able to work with each other and keep it professional, they put on a banger of a match. They put on a banger of a match where kind of due to the fact that Seth Rollins kind of carried the match a little bit. He kind of carried the pace of the match a little bit. Seth Rollins is probably the best worker in the business. One of the if not the best worker, one of the best workers in the business because he was able to carry that match. He was able to carry that match in rapid succession and top it off at that he was working with a guy he don't like. But let me touch bases with the whole Seth Rollins thing a little bit. I think, to be honest, I wish I could interview these brothers and ask these brothers about their animosity towards each other because I think Seth Rollins was a little bit hurt. I think it's a little bit more of a hurt type of thing with Seth Rollins. Like, damn, you left the company, bro, and you didn't even sit up there and you didn't even hit me up. I looked up to you. You was like my big bro. And I kind of understand it, y'all. I kind of understand it. But at the same time, I want Seth to just like make amends with the situation. Like Seth to make amends and to say, damn, I was hurt. I want if seeing him and seeing Punk come to a common ground and just hash it out somewhere because I do see both of their viewpoints on that. Seth Rollins like, damn, like you big bro, and like, damn, you trash it. I feel like you trash in the place I work at. I feel like you trashing me in the long run. I feel like you trashing me. I looked at you like big bro. I called you. I hit you up, check up on you. You didn't hit me up. But last time I hear from you on this tirade about me, the company, like you not showing me no love. Like you not even hitting me up. Then seeing Punk made a good point. Was like, damn, you my little bro. But while all this was going on, you didn't show me. You didn't check up on me not one time because you was towing the line because you didn't want to get in trouble. You didn't want to not be the fan favorite with Vince McMahon. I get it. I get both, but like I feel like it's both some hurt animosity there, and I wish them brothers could just sit and talk it out, be like, and just get to the bottom of everything, and just say, you know what, and just solve it, like because life really too short. Because at one point, if you look back at the archives, you can see that those brothers really cared for each other. You can see that those brothers really care for each other, and those brothers really love each other and stuff like that. At one point, it was all love, and now it's all out the window right now. It's all out the window right now, man, and it's just sad. It's a sad thing right now too, man. And then we got to talk about the Tiffany Stratton. We got to talk about. Then we're gonna get into the whole SmackDown situation next. We about to get into SmackDown. We about to get into two parts of SmackDown. But yeah, man, I just hope them brothers, man, can find some common ground because those dudes are really good dudes. You really good dudes, man. Seth Rollins, Cause CM Punk, those are really good brothers, man. I hope they could just sit down, hash their issues out, man, and just come together for the greater good of wrestling. Which they are coming together for the greater good of wrestling. But I hope they could just hash it and become back to being big bro and little bro. Man, that was Raw on Netflix in the next show, man. But we talk like, and we gotta get to the bottom. We gotta talk about Tiffany Stratton cashing in last week. And we gotta talk about before we kind of like do a little bit of like and go and fast forward to this week, man. Tiffany Stratton and Naomi had a title match, and Naomi had a title match with Nia Jax. And Naomi, we're gonna talk about that too. Naomi looked at excellent in the match. Looked at excellent in the match. Then it came down to a spot in the match where Nia Jax is up on the top rope. There's a not up on the top rope. Excuse me. Naomi is down. Naomi is down and whatnot. And then Tiffany Stratton, hits Naomi with the briefcase, and we like, oh man, here we go again. She not gonna cash the title win. We getting sick of this. This is getting on my nerves. And then, lo and behold, Tiffany Stratton hits Nia Jax with the case. And then Bianca Belair. We're gonna talk about her as well, also too. Bianca Belair with the KO date, with the kiss of death. Bam. Tiffany Stratton, prettiest moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Your new WWE Women's World Champion. Shout out and to say too, Tiffany Stratton grew on me a lot. I want to say congratulations to Tiffany Stratton. I want to say congratulations to that young woman for getting that 25 years old. She's on the current trajectory of being one of the greats in the women's division. Shout out to her. But this week we seen on SmackDown. SmackDown was a pretty good episode as well. So we seen SmackDown. We seen Cody Rhodes this week on SmackDown. We seen Jacob Fatu. Now we're seeing that element of Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. They don't have a leader. Solo Sokoa didn't show up. Now it's just like it's a bunch of they lawless now. They're running without a pack. And you see Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu might be low key. Jacob Fatu might cut one of the best promos in the business. When Jacob Fatu told that, and we're on the SmackDown, y'all. I'm sorry, by the way, we covered the Raw on Netflix. Now we're on the SmackDown. When Jacob Fatu told that man, "You better think about your life if you think you're gonna throw me up out of here." He said, "You better think about your life if you think you're gonna throw me out this building." And then LA Knight came out, threw him out the building. He said he didn't use his outside voice, so I had to throw him outside. He said he didn't use his inside voice, so I had to throw him outside. That part right there was pure gold. Was pure gold, man. Jacob Fatu and LA Knight, they need a program together. They need a program together, man. They need to do something together because that was pure gold right there, man. You know, it's pure gold, man. Shout out to the brothers, man. And then you see LA Knight versus LA Knight. I'm not thinking about Motor City Machine Guns versus Pretty Deadly. I'm not really thinking about the matches. To be honest with you, I'm not thinking about the matches. The matches was okay, but then we seen LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura, and you seen the Bloodline, and you seen the Bloodline cost them the match, cost LA Knight the match, and then you seen Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso make the save. Cody Rhodes said, "You know what?" You said, "You know what? We all in the ring, main event. Me and Jimmy versus y'all two. We'll call it a day." And then I'm looking at that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at that clip right now. But then we seen Kevin Owens. While all this is going on, we seen Kevin Owens try to make a promo, and then Cody Rhodes is like, "Bro, I'm tired of you hearing you talking, bro. He just wanted to fight, bro." All Cody Rhodes wanted to do was just fight that man. So I'm just paraphrasing and whatnot, y'all, because I just wanted to go over the. Well, I'm just paraphrasing with SmackDown because I wanted to go over SmackDown in a nutshell. So SmackDown in a nutshell, LA Knight got his match interrupted by the new Bloodline. Got his match interrupted. Solo and them boys, Solo's boys won against Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso. Won that match. Motor City Machine Guns beat Pretty Deadly. And then we got the fatal four-way between Bayley Hogan, Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Nia Jax. Bayley Hogan won that match. And then and then I want to talk about that too, by the way, too, man. We gotta get to the point, Naomi. I'm with Naomi. Shout out to you, respectfully. I'm gonna give you your flowers, my sister. I'm gonna give you your flowers, Naomi, and I'm gonna clip this up. I'm gonna share this. Naomi, not only since Naomi has been back on the roster, been back in WWE, Naomi has put on a banger at the banger at the banger of matches. She has put on banger at the banger of matches, and she's not getting the proper just due that I think she deserves. Naomi, man, Naomi will get your flowers right here. Naomi is probably one. Everybody tried to sell Naomi short, tried to act like she wasn't one of the best women wrestlers on that roster. Naomi is one of the best women wrestlers on that roster, and she deserves a major program. Either turn her heel or pick the championship on her. Put the championship on there. Naomi is not getting utilized enough in my book. Naomi needs a program. We need to get to the bottom of this Jade Cargill thing. We need to see what y'all gonna do with this Jade Cargill thing because people damn like Jade Cargill, the mystery of it's like the mystery of certain things in life. Who attacked Jade Cargill? When are we going to get the program with Jade Cargill? When are we going to get the thing about who attacked Jade Cargill? Now, Naomi and Jade Cargill have a program. You might have drawn me in. You might have drawn me in if Naomi and Jade Cargill get a program. But Naomi needs a spot. Naomi is too damn talented to not have a spot. Bianca Belair is too damn talented to not have a spot. Tag team wrestling is cool, but Bianca Belair, Naomi are bona fide stars. They are stars. Ours. They need a spot. What y'all gonna do when Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch come back? Tell me what y'all gonna do. Because Bianca Belair, beauty, physicality, she is the best. And what she do? She needs a spot. Give Bianca Belair a spot. Give Naomi a spot. Naomi needs to be champion like yesterday. Naomi should have been in that United States tournament and she should have won that United States tournament. Naomi should have won that tournament. I don't know why Naomi didn't win that tournament. Naomi is getting utilized. And Naomi is getting underutilized, excuse me, not to her fullest capabilities. Naomi, we love you. I love you, Naomi. Respectfully, you deserve to be at the top of the card. You, Bianca, we love you respectfully. You deserve that. Like the tag team titles is good, but y'all deserve a little bit more. In my opinion, y'all definitely deserve a little bit more, man. Next up, man, I want to talk about this is kind of combined with episode 9 and 10. I want to pick this episode 9 was kind of the raw on Netflix, but episode 10, man, good episode 10 is called The Curious Case of Dwayne Johnson because aka The Rock, because when The Rock came out on Monday Night Raw on Netflix, this kind of like the wrap up episode 9. The Rock, when he handed Paul Heyman the Ula Fala, I was like, oh yeah, The Rock about to hit bro with this rock bottom. He about to hit Roman Reigns with this rock bottom. He gonna set up the WrestleMania program. He gonna do it all. But no, he actually gave no Ula Fowler. He actually walked out the ring. He actually walked out the ring and called it a day. And The Rock too also went live on Instagram, and he was sharing a beer. He was sharing a beer with Cody Rhodes, and it's kind of like, and he explained this on NXT too. He explained this on NXT, and we're gonna talk about that. And here, sharing a beer with Cody Rhodes. The reason why I didn't like that moment is because if we still keeping some aspect of the business alive, if I'm Cody, like for the aspect of the business, as far as the character and the entertainment of it. That's what I'm trying to say. If I'm Cody, why am I sitting up there having beers with this dude that almost killed me, had me leaking in the rain, almost tried to beat me down, almost tried to he whooped me multiple times with your weight belt. It's like I don't want to piece that up with you. I want to have my match at WrestleMania, my guy. I don't want to piece that up with you. I don't. And then he said back there giving Cody all this love, and it's like, bro, it kind of said to one thing to me. It's like I'm about 75% sure that The Rock is not going to be at WrestleMania because The Rock was being too lovey dovey for his persona, too lovey dovey for his persona. And then The Rock went on NXT, and then The Rock went on NXT and said, you know what? Said he went on NXT and said, you know what? First I was being too nice to Cody, being to Cody. Now I'm being too nice to Cody. So Rock told us, shut up and enjoy the ride that the final boss is taking you on. I was like, damn, all right. All we could do is respect it. But the way that it's looking, this is my early predictions for the WrestleMania card. Early predictions. Gunther is going to lose the championship to CM Punk by the Royal Rumble, by the Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber. And it's going to be, it might be even a triple threat. It might even be CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins for the Royal Heavyweight Championship. WrestleMania is going to be Gunther and Goldberg in his retirement match. Cody Rhodes and John Cena. As my daughter say, John Cena. So I think that's my early WrestleMania prediction. And I think Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte Flair and I think Tiffany Stratton. So Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton for the championship on the SmackDown side. Bianca Belair and Naomi, Bianca Belair war. Nah, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. Then I could see Naomi. Then I could see Naomi and Bayley with Naomi turn the heel at WrestleMania. That's my early WrestleMania card prediction, y'all. Y'all see this in the chat? Let me know what y'all think about. Give me a WrestleMania card prediction. Let me know what y'all think, man. But episode 10 showed me a lot. This is episode 10 of This Week in Wrestling, and it showed me a lot that The Rock is definitely not going to be at WrestleMania, and The Rock is definitely not going to be a focal part of the storylines moving forward until he gets ready to. And another part of episode 10 I wanted to talk about too is y'all that, man, the WWE right now is at a real solid place right now with the Raw moving over to Netflix, NXT getting the most viewers that it had in 5 years, man. If y'all not a fan of WWE, man, if y'all not subbed up to what they do, man, sub up to what WWE do. Sub up to what AEW does, man. Stop creating a divide within the community and just appreciate what the wrestling has to offer, man. Because AEW is unique in its own way. AEW, shout out to Ricochet. Ricochet finally looks like a serious unbelievable character going up against Swerve Strickland. Shout out against that. I seen the clip when he hit Swerve upside his head with them scissors. Now they got this man Ricochet actually being a character we could take seriously and not some porky character that all he does is just fly around. Now Ricochet's like this badass heel, this bad heel, excuse me, that sits that actually makes sense when he goes up against Swerve Strickland. He's actually a good heel now. Then you got Swerve Strickland, probably one of the most over people in AEW. That's a feud for the ages, man. That's a feud for the ages. So, like, yeah, and so appreciate what wrestling has to offer, man, and just have fun with it. Have fun with it, man. Don't need to beef with nobody over this thing, man, and just have fun with it, man. And this has been another episode, number 2 episodes of This Week of Wrestling, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the supporters, man. Shout out to everybody that love what we do. Shout out what we do, man. TikTok. I wish I would have took advantage of TikTok a little bit longer before the shutdown of TikTok. It's taking place January 19th, y'all. So we will no longer be on TikTok after January 19th. But follow us on Instagram, y'all. I'm about to post some reels on Instagram. I'm about to go on Facebook. I'm about to go on. I'm about to go on type of all the social media websites and just start posting tremendously, y'all. Follow us on Instagram, Wrestling Boys Podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Wrestling Boys Podcast. Follow us on YouTube. If you're here on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Sabria, I love you. That's my baby girl. Love you. Fanatic Fest, June 2nd, 2022. Trying to be there, trying to get pictures, man. Shout out to everybody where my and man, say a prayer for those people over there in California too, man. The people that's dealing with the California wildfires, man. Say a prayer for those people, man. I hope everybody is safe. I hope everybody is well. To the next episode 11 is going to take place next week. Never know what we're going to talk about. Never know who we going to interview. Never know who we're going to interview. Never know where we're going to be at, y'all. So This Week of Wrestling, episode 11, coming next Saturday at 8 o'clock. Love y'all, man. Love y'all. To the next one, y'all. I am BMK21, a.k.a. the Wrestling Boys CEO. Shout out to all y'all, man. I love each and every one of y'all, man. Shout out to the real ones. I'm out to the next one.